So you can see I've just picked these beautiful black currants. The question is, how can we turn them into something that you can spread on your toast that looks like this? So there's been a wonderful crop of black currants this year, and I've been in the process of taking all the stalks off, laying them out on a tray, which is a great place to do it because you can check they're all perfect, the stalks, really good quality fruit. And I'm just going to carry on just taking the rest of the stalks off, and then we're going to move on to actually cooking the jam and getting it ready. So as you can see, we've done now all of the black currants, and they're all on this tray. Absolutely loads of them. There's a few which are a bit squashed in the corner. They're not particularly great. You can probably throw them in, but if we're slightly over the limit, we'll probably discard them. But yeah, they're all looking good. All the stalks have gone, so now to weigh them. We've got just over 3 pounds, or if you're French, about 1.5 kilograms of black currants, all loaded up there. I've decided actually to throw all of them in because they're all relatively fresh. And now we just need to work out how much sugar we're going to put in with them. So in terms of sugar, some jam making recipes will say you've got to use this posh jam preserving sugar or caster sugar or whatever, all of which comes at a price. Now all you need to use is granulated sugar, 49p a bag this stuff. You'll do the whole lot very cheaply. And in my experience, it really makes no difference at all what you use. Now, for every 4 pounds of fruit, you need around about 6 pounds of sugar. So for this recipe, we've got 3 and a bit pounds. So it takes it under just under 5 pounds worth of sugar to go in there, which is about 2 kilo bags, and then another sort of third of a bag, which should see you through. We're now washing the black currants, which is important to do. Just a colander does the job beautifully. In terms of the equipment that you're going to need, large stainless steel jam making pan is very helpful indeed. You can use a saucepan, but this really is the thing you need if you're going to do it properly. And a thermometer, which you're going to need to know when the jam reaches its setting point. I also think this thing here is pretty useful. That's to basically sort of stick the jam mixture into the jars when you're ready. And that's really all that you need. I've got the berries in the pan. In terms of the water, we need 2.43 pints to match this amount. So I've got the first one just going in there now, and the rest will follow. So you can see that the rest of the water's now gone in. Basically, it's just enough to cover the berries. So we now just need to turn the gas on, and we can start cooking. Now, the point with this is it needs to cook for 20 to 30 minutes slowly. So seriously, don't overheat it. Maybe just heat it up a little bit to get it going, and then simmer it right down, and just let the things cook really slowly and gently. Top tip whilst the berries are cooking is get a couple of plates, stick them in your freezer. They will come in useful later. Did you know, incidentally, that 95% of the black currants that are grown in the United Kingdom end up as Ribena? This is the 5%, or this is part of the 5%, that isn't going to be destined as Ribena this year. While the jam is cooking, we're going to need to get the jars ready. Now, I collect these Bon Maman jars. They're really good for the job. And you need to sterilise them. Now, the thing I've found that's best is to have a pot boiling over here, and just dropping them in the pot there, leave them in there for probably no more than about 30 seconds or so, just to get them properly sterilised. Drop the lid in as well, as you can see, and let those sterilise away, probably about 30 seconds now. Take it out, and then just pop it on the side. Pop the lid on the side as well, and then just do that and repeat with all the rest of them. You can see the berries are now starting to cook up nicely. They've probably been on there for about 15 or 20 minutes. Probably need them to be in for about 25 minutes to half an hour. Give a little stir there once we let our pots be sterilised. The berries are now beautifully soft and ready, I think, for the sugar to go in. So we've got the sugar here. Just fold it in gently, just a little bit at a time. Keep it stirring as you keep putting the sugar in until all of it has gone in. We're going to need a little bit extra beyond what we've got in the pan here to make it up, but the quantity should be right when we're all finished. Right, just putting the last bit of sugar in there now. Just again stirring as it all goes in. Just making sure it all gets absorbed within the lovely smell. These berries as they're all cooking up. It reminds me of Sunday lunch in the olden days. So we sort of take it all in. Now, as this all goes in, just put the last bit in there now. It's really important to be getting this up to a rolling boil, basically. You need to boil it hard. That's what gets the jam up to the correct setting temperature. So what we're going to do is we're just going to increase the intensity of the boil, and the idea is to kind of get that up as hard and quickly as possible so that we can get it up to setting. As you can see now, we've dropped the thermometer in. Now the key thing with the thermometer is being able to get the jam up to the right temperature to allow setting. If you look a bit closer, you can see on the thermometer jam just over 100 degrees. Now as you can see, the gauge is going up at the moment. You can see it's probably edging towards 80. It's not quite the level we want it to be. Now, in my experience, you never actually get quite up to where it says jam. Generally, the correct setting point is just below that. But this is a pretty useful gauge to know where we are when we need to start doing the first setting tests. But we need to get this to a rolling boil first before we can do that. So as you can see, we're now starting to get it into that sort of rolling boil that we want to be seeing. And it's the hard boil which is going to actually get the set that we want to see. As you can see from the temperature gauge, we are getting up towards, oh, it's getting a bit misty, getting up towards the sort of 100 where we need to be. So we're starting to get within jam zone. We're now full on the boiling of the jam. It's getting right up towards 100 degrees now. We're getting close. Now remember those plates that we put in the freezer earlier? There's one of them out now. We're going to do the first test. So we just get a little bit of the mixture. Probably not going to be quite right yet, but just to show you, we'll just drop a little bit on there. And basically, we're going to be doing what's called the flake test, which is basically where you push the edge of the jam after you've let it cool down for a little bit, and just see whether it is actually creasing up a little bit at the side. So we'll come back to that in a moment. So we've probably had about another minute since we did that, and we're just pushing the edge of that, and you can see it's not really creasing up much at the moment. So we're probably about 4 or 5 minutes away from where we need to be testing it again. So we'll be going back to our other plate there. It is this bit that makes me nervous because you basically don't want to overboil your jam. I've done that in the past and it's been a sticky, glutinous mess. It's quite difficult then to work with. You kind of want that point where it's just below where it's perfectly set. And by the time you actually bottle it out, it will be beautifully set. Just waiting for that now. Alright, well I'm feeling lucky. I reckon this is the one. I've got my fresh plate. Let's get a bit of this. Stick on the plate. Oh, that's the kind of colour we want to see. Oh, I'm feeling optimistic about this one. Give it a couple of minutes. Right, here's our final sample test. And I'm just going to just very gently push that. Oh, can you see that crinkling there? That is crinkling. I reckon this jam is going to be ready to set. Let's go do it. So I think we need to take this off the heat. So remove it completely from the heat, and we will then look to try and start bottling this jam. Okay, so we're ready to start bottling the jam. Now I've got the jam jar here. I've got my funnel here. And a lot of it's just going to go straight down into the funnel. So just let that drip down into the jam jar to try and avoid getting mess everywhere. And that will basically funnel a certain amount, but obviously there's a certain amount of sort of solid stuff that's going to go down as well. This just keeps it really clean, this does. So we're just literally filling the first one, just getting to the top. And then leave a little bit of a gap right at the top. And obviously take your sterilised lid, just put it on gently for now. We'll screw it up a bit tighter in a moment. And that is the first jam that is done. So we need to fill the rest of these pots now. So there you have it, 11 jars of finest quality jam. Hopefully it'll all taste fantastic. It certainly did on the taste tests which we've just been conducting. So all that's left now is to label them up and do the washing up. Hope you enjoyed the video. Do leave a comment if you'd like to leave something positive and constructive. Otherwise, look out for the next one on how to make jam. And there you have it, the pot of Blackcurrant Jam 2015 version, and I have to say it does taste really good.